Good day, everyone. Dr. Jamie here, and like I said last week, this month is National Suicide Prevention Month, and so I thought I'd follow up on my last video and talk to you a little bit about some of the warning signs that you might see from someone who is suicidal or maybe thinking about suicide, and just feeling a little hopeless. So, you know, most people who develop thoughts about suicide, um, they've already been diagnosed with depression or bipolar disorder or some other psychiatric disorder. And as a result, they may continue to have symptoms even when they're receiving treatment. However, some people have never been diagnosed with a mental health condition. So that in and of itself is definitely not a warning sign. Um, Often, but not always, certain symptoms or behaviors may be present or getting worse before a suicide attempt. And by the way, some people say there are no risk factors and are no warning signs, and I just want to let you know I am aware that those people exist out there as well. Um, Anyhow, so these warning signs might be things such as having difficulty concentrating or thinking clearly, giving away their belongings, or uh, talking about the need to go away to get one's affairs in order. They may have sudden changes in behavior. Um, Sorry, my dog is interrupting me now. Isn't that always the way? Anyhow, so they may have like a period of calmness, for instance, or anxiety, or calmness after anxiety. So for instance, some people have depression, and they're getting really low, and you think they might be suicidal, and then all of a sudden they seem to have more energy. They seem to have worked through that depression. That's actually the time that you need to pay attention sometimes, because then they're still depressed, but they have the energy to carry out some suicidal behavior. And obviously, we don't want that. Um, People might have a loss of interest in activities that they previously enjoyed, or they might start being more self-destructive, like using alcohol or illegal drugs, or even self-harming through like cutting or burning or things like that. Although those behaviors, cutting and burning, typically are not seen as suicidal behaviors, but that may be one thing in addition to other things that you would see. Um, a person might have sudden difficulty in school or work performance. They might start talking about death or suicide, or even stating the desire to harm themselves. Although I would say more people are secretive than they are outwardly expressing things. Um, they might start talking about hopelessness or feeling guilty or worthless. Um, they may have unusual changes in sleep and eating patterns. They may definitely withdraw from friends or have an unwillingness to go out anywhere. So, and by the way, children who are depressed, they might exhibit some symptoms that are just a little different than adults. So some of those things could still be the same, but they might also seem like they're just bored or unusually irritable. So, having said all of this, I don't want you guys to think that, oh my gosh, my loved one is suddenly withdrawing or having problems sleeping or focusing, and that must mean they're suicidal. That is not the case at all. So don't be jumping to conclusions and stuff like that. But I just wanted you to be more aware of yourself and others around you, realizing that if you're seeing in yourself or anyone else kind of a pattern in some of these behaviors, you might want to just pay attention before you go down that rabbit hole, before someone gets into that tunnel vision where they can't get out of it, or where you cannot get out of it. So, anyhow, like I said last time, just if you're feeling this way, or you know someone who is, or uh, you're afraid that someone you love is, please get help. Reach out for some support, and One of the things I didn't leave with you on my last video was the National Suicide Hotline. It's a support hotline that we now have, which is literally just 3 numbers, and that's 988. Okay, so if you're feeling this way, or you know someone who is, or you think someone is, dial 988, and you can get someone on the line to help and maybe point you in the right direction. Okay, so you guys all take care of yourselves, and be kind to yourselves, and please have a blessed and wonderful day. And again, reach out for support. Okay, all right, you take care. Bye bye, everyone.